Oh, I had my mic muted. That was weird. All right. Well, darn, I was talking the whole time. I didn't realize my mic was muted. Anyway, let's put on some music. All right, so today we're going to get back into figure drawing. We probably might touch a little bit more on some like anatomy, but I have some other things I'm going to be looking at too in addition to this today. For now, just enjoy the warm up. I'm going to do a little bit of figure invention on the side because I already warmed up on the poses that you guys are doing. How you folks doing? Oh, good. We got a nice little 8-person crowd so far. So if you're just coming in, just pick up a pencil and start drawing. We're going to warm up with gestures. And you can do a little finger invention sketching on the side if you want as well. Music is odd. Yeah, I know. Hopefully that's better. We drop back down to 4 viewers. Hopefully we'll get some more folks in. Yeah, pick up a pencil and draw along with us. And or pencil, paper or digital, however you want to do it. Let me try some other materials here. So I got pencils. This is pastel right here. Let me try on another page here, actually, or another layer. We'll see how these handle. Maybe I can like get some interesting results with varying up my figure drawing. This one's a little large, maybe. Not much size variation on that. Chalk there is. This is Kind of nice, I guess. Crayon. It's annoying. So I'm getting a phone call that I'm going to ignore. Oh, they actually do have a preset for charcoal. Maybe I could play around with that. There's a brush called Noise. I'm experimenting with like some Clip Studio brushes. Let's see, real pencil. Then the design pencil. I want to see if I can. I'm going to try some more of those in a bit. They do have watercolor brushes, realistic brush, indie ink. This is the modern day James brush. Let me see what this looks like when I blow it up. Oop. Yeah, I don't know about this. This one's pretty good at 5 pixel though. Let's see here. Real pencil. That one's I've used before. Design pencil. I want kind of something that's kind of fuzzy. Lighter pencil. No. Mechanical pencil. No. Color pencil. Maybe color pencil. Pencil. Paper pencil. That's really light. Does that look like it's blown up? Yeah. And then just pencil. Yeah, I want something fuzzy, so maybe colored pencil. This has some potential, maybe. Let's see here. Like this, maybe. This is like nice and this hazy. Oh, there's also airbrush. Yeah. Yeah. Well, or maybe. Oh, let's try shadow. Highlight. Spray? No. I mean, there is some potential there. There's also indie ink. Kind of like that. Softly watercolor. Papered watercolor. Dark wash. Watery brush. Oh, no. Just wash. Dry wash. No. Then wash brush. Okay. Go back to this. I'm gonna try messing with colored pencil for a little while. Or maybe save that later because I was on kind of a roll with this. So I'll turn that off. All right, so I'm gonna get back into the groove on the next pose here. All right, let's try this guy. I'll throw him up over here, maybe. My general approach to this right now is keep it loose and kind of like feel it out volumetrically a little bit. So I can like get some gesture in there and I can insert bits of anatomy. directly into the pose itself. I can also make fixes if things are off, like I just did now. Yeah, in the scribbly haze, I start to like see a little bit more of the gesture and the shapes. Really, I can like start carving into. Just rub it down, knock it back, sharpen it up. It's like working with clay, weirdly. And keep in mind like the anatomy that I've been studying the last couple days too. I'm just gonna get like the bicep in here on this guy. It's definitely working a lot better for me to do this. Kind of scribbly method that I'm using to sort of like feel out the dimensionality of the gesture and some of the anatomy of the pose. Put the rest of the leg in there. Oh well. Let's see here. Put that there and scoot these over here to the right, maybe. They're going to be a little blocked for the people that are coming in, but on my chat box. So. Okay, so this lady. Less concerned about like doing that ellipse that she's on right now, so like I'll kind of like do that. Maybe. The big hoop ring that she's inside of. I'm starting to lose that rhythm that I need. I'm trying to get that back. Blood Moon by Choir Boy, if this is the song that you're thinking of. There, I'll link it in chat. Starting to lose my rhythm a bit on these. I had like such a strong start with these first poses, and now I'm kind of losing the plot somewhat, I feel. But these turned out pretty neat. Probably because I did them off camera, so then my attention is like pulled in too many different places compared to how it is on camera. So let's see here. We'll get one more pose before we get a 5-minute break, I think. All right, let me try to play with this then. I do kind of like this guy, but I'm gonna hit the 1 minute break button while we take a. Well, I'm not gonna do that. I'll do that at the very end of my 5 minute break. So Alexa, set timer for 4 minutes.
4 minute timer starting.
I'll leave this playing here and stuff. I'm gonna get up and stretch and refill my water. The one before that, okay, this is the one that played before that. Here, here. According to the playlist, this is what the one that played before that. Better get up and walk around. Low-key, getting up and walking around and refilling your water is goaded. In my opinion, when you're drawing, you should never be in arm's reach of some ice water. Or if you're in cooler climates, maybe something hot. You guys are doing okay? Get that hand. I'm gonna start fitting in some figure invention here. Let's have some fun with the figures today. It will be a mix of invention and like playing around with dynamic poses. And figure drawing. Okay, Alexa, stop. All right, I'm gonna run a 1 minute ad break, and that's just to make it so like latecomers will not have to see any pre-roll. So here we go. So there's two things I want to look at today. One of them is looking at existing show. I want to start making an inventory of stuff I need to study that's like contemporary shows to study from, contemporary animated shows to study from, to do copy studies, to try to understand the characters, their styles, and the model sheets and stuff. Do style breakdowns of them and structural breakdowns of like how they're drawn, their anatomy, their figure, the design, and stuff like that. Want to do like an inventory of that today, like some contemporary shows. And I want to also look at some simplified anatomy stuff I've found recently that seems very promising to start using as a basis to study from, because like one thing you can run into is a danger. Oh, also we're back from our break now, so I'm going to be doing some like figure invention and also kind of drawing what's on screen because I'm trying to loosen up a bit as I think about what we're going to be doing. So this is another set of 2-minute poses. I'm gonna have a little fun kind of inventing some figures on the side here, in addition to doing the poses that are on screen. But the name of the game tonight is going to be looking at contempt, like how to apply movements, kind of studying anatomy wise and other things to studying from contemporary shows, anime and kind of action show, Western anime style action shows, like the kind of stuff you see like Studio Mirror do, or Line Studio. So we'll break out some of that. I also want to, I'll be doing that, like maybe breaking out some anime production stuff too, potentially. I want to start making an inventory of like stuff to study, you know. And that, and like I said, we'll be looking at like simplified anatomy. I'll skip that one. There you go. We'll look at existing shows. We'll also look at like some individual artists to make kind of a list going of stuff to study from. And you don't have to use mine. If you have like other things you want to study from and learn from, go for it. get some additional figure invention warm-up stuff after having done roughly an hour already of figure poses. Now I'm kind of loosening up with some figure invention. All right. We got about 13 minutes, 30 seconds more of time poses stuff before a 5-minute break. Then we'll kind of look at some of the stuff that I'm interested in studying. I'm going to still run the time poses on the side here for anyone who wants to draw them as well, even when we're kind of doing that studying. So might do a little recap of leg anatomy here. I think I'll do that right now. So this is what we've been studying the last few days. This is, I'm going to do from memory some stuff that we learned about leg anatomy. All right, so we got pelvic bone right here. Get that in there. Okay, so the tensor fasciae latae is this. The tensor fasciae lata is this muscle that hooks into this part of the leg. Let me actually here. Let me do like a Let me do this here. Let me, because I'm left-handed, I'm going to be displaying this very strangely for you all. But let's see here. So it's like this, and then I want to do this. Yeah, we mainly start studying like the upper thigh. Lately. All right, so we have the tensor fasciae lata, which hang on. Actually, let me draw this in here. Dish of the pelvis like this. Let me get like the back view back here. Scoot that over. Doing this very, very cleanly. not very cleanly, I mean. I'm gonna try to like speed run it from memory once I get these like down. Okay, so the tensor fascia lata is like kind of does this right here. Looking at from that corner of the pelvis right there. Then you got the gluteus medius, which is this that hooks into from the top of the pelvis and like curls inward into the like that little joint there in the buttock. Um, this is the front view, so you can see it there. Then let's go for maybe sartorius, I think it's called. Yeah, it's muscle that kind of does this, sort of S curve, like that. Like kind of an X-ray view going on here. Then we got the quadriceps, like this. Those are grouped as 3 muscles that kind of do this. They create this divot down here. This. I'm doing this from my head without memory, not really trying to get looking good. I'm just trying to remember the individual muscle groups right now. A little bit of that on that side. Then I forget what this called. This is called isiobital or something, like this kind of key shape. It goes down the side and like hooks into a little bit of the knee joint there. Yeah. And then there's the hamstrings. What color do I want to use on the hamstrings? Like a dark purple, maybe. This. Yeah, I think that's good. I'll do that. The hamstrings are kind of like this. Hamstrings got like this kind of bulbous bulge here, and then they kind of hook into and create this kind of gap here. There's the adductors, which are, let's use like orange for this. The adductors, they're your inner thigh muscles, basically, right here. And then we got the gluteus maximus. Let's use, what color do I want to use for that? Maybe we go with like a dark red. Okay. Gluteus maximus from the back has this kind of butterfly shape like this. Like something like that. Yeah, my penmanship is just so sloppy tonight. Maybe I should work on that. And from the side view, it kind of looks like a tire right here. There's a little bit of visible back there. Okay, let's see. Am I leaving any muscle group out? I think that's it. Yeah. These are the muscle groups at least that Michael Hampton had. So yeah, that's like the basic idea behind the groups of muscles in his legs. All right. And we got this guy right here, so I can do like a little study of his leg. Thinking about those muscle groups and what their role is here. All right, so get like maybe use this a bit to kind of play with the muscle groups in the time and like the little time I have left. Barely any time to finish that up. Okay, well, we got a nice view of the buttock here. We could just like concentrate on that, maybe. A little bit of quad sticking out there. Give us like one more pose after this one before we take a like 5-minute break. And a quick figure invention here with a gesture. But yeah, like once you kind of internalize some of those anatomy things, then you can start playing with the designs of them. right, this is the last pose before a 5-minute break. I'm going to set timer for 4 minutes, and then I'm going to run a pre-roll destroying ad at the very end of the 4 minutes, and then we'll be back for another round of drawing, but also studying. I have a bunch of study materials for us to inventory and go through tonight, which would be really fun. Or rather, I'm going to be searching for some study materials, but I do have some. I do have like some ones already that I have. So the stuff I'm going to be searching for is literally just like making an inventory of like making like some study packets for myself to use from contemporary shows that I want to study and learn from. Contemporary animated shows. And what was the other one? The other one, oh yeah, the other one was like the simplified anatomy stuff I found from a YouTuber who talks a little bit about it. And I want to take a look at it because some of it seems pretty helpful. And we'll look at some other simplified anatomy sources that might be helpful for us. Oh, Alexa, set timer for 4 minutes.
4-minute timer starting.
You can do the pose on here, but I'm gonna get like a little walk around break. I've just been having fun doing a mix of figure invention and pose copy study stuff tonight. A major part of my regimen in the near future is going to be like shitloads of copy studies of like existing contemporary shows and things as I digest their model sheets, their character design, their style, and the structure of the characters and stuff. So we're going to be doing a little inventory tonight, but finding stuff for that. I gotta figure out a better way to set up that chat box. That thing is maybe a little obstructive. Maybe I can like make the messages on it disappear after so long. That might be helpful. Let me look up stream elements real quick. The stream elements chat box. So let me dig around with that. Dashboard on stream elements. Let me look. Chat box. Overview. Check. Oh, that's not good. Streaming tools. Overlays. No. Gallery. Dashboard. You want to know how many bits that we made in the last week? One. Somebody sent me 1 bit. Let's see here. Where is it? Stream element. Is this a stream element? What is this? What is this from? Look here. Chat box. Stream labs. Okay, it's not stream elements. It's stream labs. Okay. But I should. Labs. Okay. I'm doing some off-camera stuff with this real quick. And Twitch. Okay, and then I'll set you up with some fresh postings, folks. Don't worry. There we go. Now chat box. Let's see here. Where's this? I'm gonna set it up so that the chat box vanishes. The chat box messages vanish after a certain amount of time. So let's see here. Where is it? Okay, chat box. Well, it doesn't say here. Boxed. Okay. iCommon chat bots. I command starting with exclamation mark. Hmm. Alexa, stop. I'm gonna run an ad for 1 minute, and then we'll be back. We'll be back doing a study set in about 1 minute. Let's see here. Let's see here. Labs, how to make a chat box. Messages vanish after period of time. Let's see here. Stream Labs dashboard, streaming essentials, chat box settings, chat box. Always okay. Always show messages. Okay, where's the always show messages tab? Well, where's the settings option? Oh, here we go. Chat delay, hide mess. Okay, there we go. There it is. Found it. Okay. Let's put it at 30 seconds. There. Okay. So the messages will now vanish after 30 seconds. Let's test that real quick. Chat messages will vanish after 30 seconds. All right, so we're back from our little break here. So what's the plan this evening? Let me make a little thing here. I do have a little study plan in mind. So our goals for this evening are anatomy mini refresher. So like anatomy mini refresher. Pressure. Then simplified anatomy. These two can tie into each other. To me studying. So these two can tie into each other for that. And then this will also tie into them. Inventory or collect. Actually, here we go. Collect, study, fodder from temporary inmate shows. All right, so that's the plan for this evening. All All right, so these will tie into each other. So I think I'm just going to jump right into the simplified anatomy thing. So here, over here on my Discord, and I'll give you folks a little exclamation mark Discord link to my Discord. Is I've got a channel list in here called Education and Resources under the Drawing Education tab. I've been posting a lot of really useful stuff lately. This guy in particular, I've grown a little bit interested in right here. A couple of these videos on things where he made some breakthroughs. I don't know if we'll watch them here, but I do want to open his video because he has some resources that I want to pull from. That we
I feel
can.
like everyone teaches shapes back there first.
Pause this.
And then
So this guy's really got some interesting things to say about his learning process and so on, and what works for him. He also has like a Patreon and stuff. I'll link this in chat also. Let's see here. Let's post that over here. So this is the YouTuber that we're looking at right now. There's a particular artist that I think this is what's. That's a beat. Oh, that's music. Okay. Well, anyway, so this guy talks in this video about a particular artist that he found pretty useful. Who demonstrated simplified anatomy. That would be a good resource for us to pull from. And I know a couple other resources that would be good too. But this one in particular, I really want to try his brushes. They look really fun. You probably might have them in his Discord or something. But yeah, these are nice studies. So let's see here. I changed my art. Let's see here. Somewhere in the video, he mentions the artist that described like some flight anatomy that started pulling from. I think it's in this video. If it's not, then it's in the other video that I'm just bringing up. Here it is. This is okay. So this is a page of the artists that he's talking about. Will Weston. So Will Weston is someone who he started to make. Let's see here. Will Weston Studio. Let's try that. So he's got an Instagram. Very nice. I'll post that in here. I'm going to screenshot this because that will make it more enticing about what this link's about. Because it's like, I'll see here. Will, that's like studio. Really great, simple. I'm a teacher. There we go. So this looks pretty damn awesome. Ah, yeah, this is the guy who does those amazing chalk drawings that I've been finding lately. Cool. These are really cool. Okay, there we go. This is in the vein of what we're after today, if we're focused on legs and thighs. So let me I'm probably gonna find some more sources for this stuff too. But I've got a file I already started in PureRef. I'm gonna make a new version of this. Screenshot this real quick. I'm gonna see if we can find some more. So like this, I think he's got like a bunch of these charts for free on his webpage. And I'm sure we can find more. But it's good to know. So I've got a giant PureRef file. I already actually had a bunch of stuff that I didn't realize was from him. It's like right here. This is a new version of the PureRef file that I made yesterday. I'm gonna organize this a little more later, but yeah, this is a bunch of Will Weston stuff right here. Mainly focused on legs, because I was mainly focused on legs. This is more stuff from him. Let me actually change YouTube music to, let's see here. I put on Lo-Fi Boy. I don't know if I can. I'm gonna put on Lo-Fi Boy. Let me know if you, let me know if the music gets a little loud here. I put this off in the corner. All right. Okay, getting back to this. That music's definitely too loud. All right. So getting back to this, yeah, that's good shit. Let's go through here and see if we can spot anything else that might be useful. Oh, that's nice. Whoops. I mean, that is nice too, but I'm going to be mainly looking for legs. So this is really good. Screenshot that. Boom, it gets thrown into PureRef. We might even be able to get like full pages of these because apparently he makes these available for free on his, according to free on his webpage. Or there might be some that I can buy too, but we'll check out his website and stuff. Let's see. Oh, this is what's going on here. Oh, this is just like a cycling GIF, I think, or an Instagram story. Oh, it's a video. Yeah, but it's got good shit in it. Let's see. Just going through here. That's a nice butt. More muscle groups and legs. I think I want to see if I can find videos of him explaining this too. This guy seems really goated to learn from for sure. Oh, I think this is I believe this is from Bodies in Motion. Yeah, it is. This is from the same source that we've been studying from over here. Yeah, Bodies in Motion right there. That's cool. Yeah, it does look like he's using more Bodies in Motion stuff too, but yeah. Um, Damn, all this stuff is just so gold. I'm gonna keep screen grabbing this. And of course I'll upload this later. Yeah, this is so good. Damn, look at that. Talking about learn to sketch people with confidence and composition. Inject that directly into my veins, please. This is so good. All right, let's check out. Let's check him out. Will Weston Studio. Let's see if he's got a website where he's like teaching. You can find more info on his book classes that he teaches. Okay, so first off, let me copy that. Okay. I'll put that into chat for you guys. Right there. Drawing America, live online self-paced video classes. That's cool. Go Arts and Entertainment, Drawing Composition Design Workshops in Paris, France. Obviously, we can't go there. So this is going to be our main source of interest. But if you are in France or planning to go there, now you know he teaches there. Inventive Drawing, my new book, available for pre-order on Amazon. Ooh, Inventive Drawing, Will Weston. Let's have a look. Is it still pre-order? It's pre-order. Says its release date is December 8th. So I'm going to add this to my art books. My art books wish list right there. Good shit. All right. Let's take a look at Drawing America now. Oh, for anyone who wants that, the Amazon thing. So let's get to Amazon. Will West. Here is the book. Let me copy paste it. I can post it there, and I can also post it here. All right, so let's check this out then. There's in-person courses too, apparently. Okay, where is this based? Let's see, in-person. So Drawing America, but he also does stuff in Paris, apparently. Wednesday night figure drawing in person, $30 one session. I think this is like uninstructed or something, or I don't know. Maybe he does like little bite-sized chunk lessons or something. Who knows? Friday night instructed figure drawing. Oh, okay, that's $45. This is uninstructed then. Where is this based? Where is this based? It's based in LA, maybe, because I've seen like Hollywood stuff. There is also live online. Let's see. Monday night figure drawing, that's sold out for the 17th. And they got another one next week. That's cool. Let's see here. Where are they based though? New York. Okay. Those are based in New York City, of New York, apparently. It's gonna look up, yeah. Damn. So they're based in New York City. No, you little baby. Right near Gramercy Park. So if you're in New York and you want to get some good life drawing instruction, there you know where to go. But they apparently have like online classes too. That's cool. Hey Ohada, you brought a sketchbook to make into your hand journal. That's cool. Yeah, good shit. Okay, so I'm gonna see. Let's see in person. Let's try live online. Just those. Nothing figure wise. Just these two right here. Live online classes. Monthly course every Saturday. Oil painting, art of the thumbnail, visual storytelling and composition. There's pre-recorded stuff you can buy apparently. Let's take a look. Yeah, there's some other good artists and instructors here too. Look really good. Yeah, this is pretty goated. I'm glad we had a peek at this. Um, Scroll down a bit. I'm gonna see if there's any more by him. Here's one by Will Weston right here. Wow, that's $385 for a pre-recorded class. It's pretty wild. Yeah, he's some more stuff by him. This drawing for composition, the Mad Science drawing class. So I'm curious about this now. So I think this is kind of like that. This is probably like a dynamic sketching class, but it's about like remixing and learning things and stuff. And yeah, cool. It's like a design class, sketching and design class. Seems really fun. Damn, it's damn expensive though. Let's see here. Will Weston figure drawing lecture. Oh, I missed that. Right at the top here. That's good. 3.5 hours of not. This is a little bit more affordable, but still, that's pretty expensive. A 40-foot drawing, a 40-foot drawing wall, selecting strategies and drawing figure. Useful. I'm gonna scroll down this a bit. There's a lot of other great looking instructors here too. Drawing hands and feet. Costume. Yeah, I mean, it looks good. So let's see if they have any free resources here. Probably somewhere, but I bet we can find some. Will listen. I really want to like watch some recordings of this guy doing his thing. I so want to see some of his classes now. Yeah, what his teaching style's like. Maybe there's some YouTubes of him. There you go. There's a little of him. All right, so simplified anatomy. Very cool. So we got some of his like demos that he's done here, like little samples of his demos. This is really nice right here. This is some of the stuff that was in that he showed off here. He did actually show off this, yeah, this page in here in the YouTube video. I am curious about this YouTuber, so I'm gonna hopefully I'm not at my Discord server limit. I do have to leave some servers. Do that. Yeah, accept. And let me do that off camera. But I'll check him out later. Maybe there might be some resources for us to study in there. Share your finished work. Sketchbook thread. Okay, cool. Let's see here. I'm looking in his server to see where there's like some study resources. It's a nicely organized server. I will say that. 6 month legends, 6 months gestures. He has like a gesture drawing challenge in a server. Let's take a look at this. He's got like a gesture drawing challenge section that looks promising. Oh, that's nice. People really clocking it in right here, just doing like shitloads of gestures. Gesture chat. Let's see here. Art grounds. Dang. Some actually like quite good stuff in here. Someone talking to gesture chat over there. Let me take a look. Posting some reference, I guess. Let's see here. Is there any anatomy specific stuff here? Line of action, sketch delay, quick poses. Okay. Usual stuff. Well, anyway, I'll take a look at more of that later. So, yeah, let's see here. So what we want tonight is we want to start playing with simplified anatomy. And I think one of the better resources that I have at hand that I can think of for that is the Force Anatomy books. So I'm going to bring up my PDF copy of it real quick. I do have the, like, let's see here. Force Anatomy. Where's the anatomy book? Anatomy. I think this is it. There we go. Okay. So I'll skim down through it a bit, but we're going to be using like rhythms of gesture to kind of define how we draw anatomy, basically, and use like shape here. And this is something that I do want to start rereading again. Yes. Okay. So when we're dealing with muscles, I'll use this as an example here. Let me put that down there. Put this over here, and I'll put this here. There. That's good. So one of the things we're going to be trying to do when we're doing simplified anatomy is we're going to try to keep things like, well, obviously very simple, kind of obvious, but we're going to try to concentrate mainly on muscle function as opposed to being like completely accurate with the muscles. Like we are more concerned with completely accurate with how the muscle is supposed to look from every angle. So it's more about how the muscle, what the muscle actually does in a simple way than getting it like completely accurate from every angle and stuff. So let's see here. I'm actually going to animate this. So next frame will be up like this. So it's going to be this in the same spot right here. And just to wrap your heads around this concept, I think it would be good to look at this thing. I'm going to trace back this, and then I'm going to do something clever here. Watch this. Just going to use my lasso tool to grab what I just drew, pivot it right here, about like that. I did make that a little long though, a little long forearm, so I'll just maybe chop off a bit there. And chop off a bit here too. Oops. Let's try. I'm gonna add another frame here so we don't see the skin on that other one. All right, so getting back to this. So as you can see in the little diagram that they have below, you have a basic muscle right there that's inserted at the top here and inserted into the muscle. This is kind of representing like the bicep, basically. But this is like functionally like what muscles are. They attach to things, and they, when there's like a electrical signal sent through them, they contract like this. And then they pull the thing, they pull like on the bone in order to create movement. And when they do, they bulge, like so. That's conceptually what muscle function is. It's something you have, well, this is one of the many ways that muscles function, but this is the main one. So for this example he gives right here is like you can start with a simplified shape, like so. Straights against curves, simple design, like this. Curved side, straight side, to define your gesture, like so. Shrink that a bit here. Put that over here. Get like a nicely designed arm like this. And then you're going to be looking for like where the energy is going through that arm, like he's talking about there. So you're going to have like a simple side versus a complex side anytime you're drawing muscles and stuff. So let's see here. I'll throw this in. Actually, kind of want to use the pencil a bit more. Let's try maybe that. Maybe try design pencil. Would that work better? Yeah, that works a little better. We're doing like light stuff. Yes. And then you can come in and you can come in and carve in some more specific anatomical shapes. Which are also like secondarily affected by sweep of that gesture. So we have so we have like a simple side over here where stuff is getting stretched out. Then we have a complex side over here where things are starting to flex and tense up. And they're doing the muscle function thing over here in this bicep that he's showing for an example. Still using the design pencil. No, okay, here. Like so. Then you could probably draw that a little better. That you're going to be paying attention to how stuff compresses on the side that's getting pushed inward like that by the action. These are some torso examples right here that he's showing off of like how you're looking for like what like what forceful like gestural energy is going to be like rippling down through the body basically, or different parts of the body like this. That's what those arrows are. Those arrows are like force and direction arrows. For this page, yeah, so you can make that chest like concave or convex depending on what the muscles are doing. Want to fill force shapes with form. The form will become the anatomy of the figure. I see. Yeah, so like to show what I mean by that, what he means by that, like let me grab another layer here real quick. Let me grab like a light blue right here. Yeah, you're looking to create dimensionality out of this. Like that. Wrapping lines over the form. and so on. So let's jump down a little bit more. Now that we kind of have some key concepts. Here's our basic skeleton. This is not too dissimilar to some of the Michael Hansen skeleton stuff we were messing with. Different muscle groups. Let's jump down to the legs because we were studying upper thighs yesterday. Oh, also, if you're interested in this book and the other one's by this guy, this is he's also got a YouTube and he teaches online and he has a bunch of other books and other cool shit available. This is his website right here, so definitely give him a look. We'll take a quick peek here. Yeah, these are some of his books. I'm checking the like. Oh, here we go. Here's a bookseller that actually are they actually currently selling these? Let me take a look. Yeah, they are. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Good shit. All right, and you can probably find them used too if you want them for cheaper as well. All right, so we're gonna jump down to legs. That's not legs. There we go. Still back. Okay, I think now we're in the legs. Yeah, I mean, like similar to the Will Weston stuff. This is also simplified anatomy right here. This is also simplified anatomy with like a very kind of animator bend. So let's see here. I like how like accessible and like plain that the like very simple, very kind of cartoonified, easy to understand that these drawings are also, and you can have like more kind of anatomically accurate looking books too. Oh, those are so nice. Look at those. So that's what I'm talking about muscle function. Like the this isn't completely accurate to how that anatomy works in the real world, but it's stylized in a way that is believable, that has good energy to it and stuff. That's what you're looking for. And so this is a little bit more real on the realistic side of things, but still pretty simplified. Yeah, good shit. I'm gonna check down here a bit. Yeah, he covers more of the upper thigh down here too. These are such nice drawings. I'm gonna try to get my printer working again. I'm gonna be like printing out stuff like this to like reference stuff and have pasted up. Yeah, that's really nice right there. And then it's got the back of the upper thighs. Let's look at those there. Really nice coverage of the, and then it gets down to that. So we will stick with the upper thighs because we're still kind of focused on that for now. But it's good they have the whole section here on this. It makes it very disintimidating too when you see it when you see like these parts of anatomy designed. These very simple, bold shapes. These are like very confidently simplified in a way that's like very functional, readable, much easier to track if you're an animator, obviously. And so this is the kind of stuff you want to look at for sure. So let's take a good little look at this and maybe copy some of the drawings here and like think about some of the things that he talks about. Let's just have a little fun here. So let's see here. I'm gonna grab a brush that kind of has a this is feeling pretty good. Nice thick brush. Has like a nice kind of you'll be using like design pencil for this. That seems good. I can do stuff light and then I can darken it up when I want to. Okay, so let's see here. I'm not gonna copy him exactly, but I'll try to like mess with the mess with the concept that he's showing. The fuck? On the wrong layer now? Something's going on. Okay, yeah, that's it. I could also use the modern day James sketch brush. That might be good. Yeah, I think that's not bad. I'm gonna kind of like get this like gestured out really lightly. And I'm just doing the upper thigh, so I don't have to worry about anything below. And I just want to have like a nice kind of fun feel to it. I'm not going to copy him, but I'm going to try to like put some fun into what I'm drawing here a little bit for myself. Let's see here. All right, so I think a good thing to start with would be we have the tensor fascia lata here. It's wrapping over here, like so. It's hooking into the top corners of the pelvis up there. Then you have the sartorius, I believe it's called. It's like this big band that's wrapping around here, and he's made it kind of bulge in a way you don't normally see it bulge on a person. But it sticks out that way, and you can wrap your head around the concept easier. Like this is so much more clear what he's doing here. Let's see. In between here, we have a bunch of different muscle groups, a bunch of multiple different muscles right here, and he's actually like marked off the heads of them right there that are part of the adductors. You can see them. He's put little dots on them on the left side. We got the quadriceps right here. They're kind of inserting into each other. Like here we got the one that's got like one that's between the part that parts ways for like the kneecap right there. I'm kind of curving this out to the side a bit, quite a bit more than he is, but it's fine. And then I'll do the same thing over here. Right there. Yeah, it does change the feel of how I'm drawing when I'm using a thicker brush for sure. Very nice. Get that in there. There's a little bit of the buttock back there that he didn't note in this, but throw it in there for the heck of it. These are very thick thighs that I made. I could maybe adjust this a bit so that it's not as extreme, like a bit like that, and then grab this. And to try to convey how these muscles are kind of inserting here a bit more. So let's label these. So this is the tensor. Let me try some better penmanship here. Tensor fascia lata. This thing right here. And this is this big long strip here is the sartorius. I think back here I'm going to include like this is the. Let's include like this little thing back here. This because I know what this is. The gluteus medius. And then let's kind of label these on the other side here because then we get more text room. Let's see. These are the quadriceps. He does have them individually labeled, but I'm just gonna simplify them into one muscle group. So quadriceps. Just put quads because we know what those are. Yeah, that's nice. And then in here, inside here, the inner thighs. This whole space right here. We have the adductors. So very, very important right here. There's the key concepts. I'm going to make a little diagram down here to show you what I mean. So, all right. Muscles will abduct and adduct. Adduct means to go away in the body, as in like your outer muscles over here will. Oops, that's right. There's no color on this brush. Okay. That diagram down in the corner right there. So this is abduct. And then this is adduct. It's the difference between one letter, but it makes a lot of difference in what it is actually doing. So to illustrate this further, let me draw a little glorp right here. So there's a little glorpian inside of and imagine the glorp has arrived to beam you off the planet because mankind is doomed and they're saving you. So if you're being abducted, you will go towards the glorp. If he's releasing you because you had a chill time and the planet's not going to end after all, and he's going to deliver you back home safe and sound, he will adduct you and drop you back off. So That is my explanation. That is my Glorpian explanation of adduct and abduct right there. Very important. 17 gears. Oh yeah, that's nice. Now it's back down to 12, but still. But you see, if something pulls towards you, it's adducting. If it's going away from you, it's abducting, as in something is getting taken away from you, it's pulling away from you. So keep that in mind. That is also why they call them the adductors. There are other muscles in the body that have similar that use that terminology too, but also these are conceptual terminologies. Like when a muscle is doing something, they will have like just like names for like that particular type of motion. So let's see here. Since we're moving on the leg, let's look at the rhythm of the entire legs dividing through the thigh region. It calls the force the outside. So we'll make a little note of this right here. Let's go over here. I'm proud of that that Glorpian diagram. Let's see here. I'm not sure if we have better Twitch TV enabled for Glorp, but let me try this. Let me try typing in chat, see if it does it work. Yeah, we do. There we go. So I kind of hit the spacebar when I shouldn't have. That's cool. Yeah, they're calling. This is also the pectineus right here. Psoas major and adductor longus. But yeah, the full area is called the adductors. Even though those are three different muscles that they're talking about, and it's cool. They do talk about. Oh, that's the other thing. Should have paid more attention to this. This is a book about muscle, like telling you muscle function and like how the muscles actually work. Like what do they actually do in the body? So in these very handy color coded charts that he's made for the different areas of the body, you can read what a rough simplification of what each of these muscles do. They actually do more than that, but this is like the main thing they do in a simplified way. Like psoas major flexes the thigh, pectineus helps lift and rotate the thigh, abductor longus helps lift and rotate the thigh. But in actuality, these do like mostly pull your thighs towards your body. That's a simplification I got from Michael Hampton instead of from here, but that's something to keep in mind. Tensor fascia lata raises and rotates the leg, stabilizes the hip and knee joints. So yeah, he is describing a little bit more broadly what it does. But the tensor fascia lata is mainly something that helps you rotate your thigh. Let's see here. Sartorius right here raises and internally rotates the leg at the hip joint. There are more hip rotation, and it also helps you raise your leg. Helps you tense these muscles and stuff too. Quadriceps, these three muscles here, extends the leg at the. There's actually four muscles there. That's what they call quadriceps. The third one isn't really visible. I think the fourth one isn't visible. Is the reason why it's like three heads there. But extends the leg at the knee joint, pulls the leg up to the body, and it does more than that, obviously, but that's the main thing. So yeah, look at the rhythms of the entire leg before diving into the thigh region. It's like something to keep in mind. Like, this is this. Whoops! I hit the paint bucket. Okay. So something to keep in mind, just in general, about like force stuff, is you're gonna want to like look at the body as kind of like this cascading ski slope. So it's a good idea if you're not used to this way of thinking to do this kind of and come down like this. You can do arrows if you want, but you want to like you want to get used to like kind of going down things like as if you're going down a ski slope right here. This is like a general approach to gestural drawing and like the rhythms of the body that will come in handy. So in regards to the leg of what he's showing off here, like there are rhythms embedded like in the simplification of the anatomy and the anatomy itself that help reinforce all of these. Like you got this, 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 and then like further breaks down here. And you can kind of use this as a guide for the gesture of your leg. So, and there's other kind of like crisscrossing angles on the inside here. Usually like the harder angles that relate to the bone in there. Like this. So I'm not going to make as elaborate a drawing here, but here, let's see here. And you also get it specifically on the thigh here. So again, we're thinking about like how to simplify how these muscles work and the rhythms in them when we're portraying them. So we're not like we're drawing the muscle. We're drawing function. We're drawing like the energy of what's in the of the anatomy. How you guys doing with this so far? Oh yeah. Thanks for coming, Zender. If you guys have any questions, you can ask me to slow down, or feel free to ask anything in chat while we're doing this. Yes, let's see here. So you can see the force applies itself to the inside of the knee. The sartorius origins of the iliac crest and insertion is the tibia. You will never find directional force in the inner region of the upper leg or the outer region of the knees. Starting on the left side of the page. The medical names for the future reasons of one quadricep muscle is hidden under this is the vastus intermedius point of origin at the quadriceps resides at the top of the humerus bone. Yep, that's right there. Here's a simple shape process for filling in the anatomy of the front upper thigh. That's cool. So let's take a look. Let's do the step by step right here. Let's do like a little quickie kind of paint by numbery sort of thing here. Oops, that is my wrong brush. Okay, one sec. Been having fun with the design pencil, so I'm going to stick with that. So we get a nice slice shape that's like where around where the hip is. And this isn't as pointed as what he's doing, but get like a nice round shape there. Let me read the text here. The initial shape in the left drawing creates the asymmetry that clarifies how the force moves the outside of the thigh to the inside of the knee. I see. That's why we point it this way. So it's kind of doing this, like that. And this is like creating the simple shape of the sartorius and the adductors right there. You see? It's simplifying them. Like so. I see. This is how you start thinking about like simplified anatomy, of like abstracting these forms that describe like the more complex anatomy. Then you can cut into it with this to create the quadriceps. I fucking love this book. I haven't studied this thing in years. and I forgot. Like I bit off a little bit of it last time I studied it, but I've never really like dug into it. So I'm definitely want to make use of this book a lot more. And I just got a hold of a physical copy very recently, so I'll be having fun with that. Like I had it for years, but then I lost it. A bunch of my art books got stolen. This one, because I knew I was going to be studying a lot from it, I just ordered it recently, and it arrived. Stuff. I did it. So we get this kind of shape here. I'm not doing the shape exactly like how he's doing it, sadly. It's a little bit off. Try to think about how those muscles actually look there. Maybe a little bit more. Separation of 3 quadriceps, and then the one on the right is the final two quad shapes. What is integral to notice here is the angle created with the bottom of the 2 quads, and how it directs us to the anterior knee. Right there, yeah. So this little thing here. It's very important to pay attention to the angle of those 2 quads. Okay, got it, got it. And I could probably draw this a little better, like a little bit more pointy. And for fun, let's just like color fill this. That actually no, I think that one goes. Let's put that one there, and then we'll do like a lighter purple for a much lighter purple actually, maybe even lighter than that. There, and then maybe like that, that, or maybe not. That, that, and then that. Yeah, that works. And so let's see here. This is some examples of how it applies to these thighs. Whoops. Here's a foreshortened thigh, the other parallel to us. Once you know the general flat shape mapping of the muscle, you can apply that idea to more simple structures of the body, such as a simple tube with a foreshortened leg. I see. Notice in the original drawing that the importance of placing the iliac crest line into the white space of the white space of the body allowed me to connect the sartorius down to the knee. So what he means by that is like this right here. That like being conscious of like the corners of the hips, basically. That's what he's talking about. And let him create this down here to get like the whole thing started. To create the this. Find a good practice to know the amount of muscles there are within larger shapes of the body. If you're in the upper thigh, there are 3 muscles. Quadriceps, the center of the surface of the leg. I'm going to 1 to 10. He's numbering them here. That's good. Let's blow that up a bit. Quadriceps, center of the center surface of the leg, 1 to 3, and between the tensor fascia latae. I keep calling it latte. I kind of like doing that, so I'm going to keep doing that. And the sartorius. The line drawing on the left shows that the muscle count through the inner thigh, and from the sartorius simplicity of teardrop shapes. He's showing different examples of like how the muscles change shape depending on what the body's doing. Yeah. You can see the force inside the knee and getting the knee there. All right. So we've been at this for 2 hours. So how have you guys liked this so far? Whoops. That looked like paint bucket. Some good info. I think we should have a little bit of fun here. I'll like throw some stuff up and we'll kind of mess with some of these shapes and rhythms a bit. Yeah, it's a great book. I really have been meaning to dig way more into this for a while. Ironically, me it getting like this getting stolen from me made me made me want to get it back and then study it more. Let's see. Maybe I don't want to do that. Get rid of that actually. I'm gonna try to just like oops. Playing with a thick brush here. Yeah, you like how just really this approach is. It's a nice counterpoint to more construction focused methods. Yeah, yeah. It's very, very animator friendly. It's not to say that there isn't a lot to get out of like Michael Hampton for animators too. I think that using Michael Hampton and others alongside this would be a goated combo. Speaking of which, we do have some examples of some thighs right here. Let's grab this, and we're going to maybe do a little study here of these upper thighs using what we just covered. So I'm gonna go up here. We have this. Maybe zoom this back a bit. Or actually, you know what? Let's go here. Let's go with the simplified version here. And we'll try to do a study of this using the simplification. Whoops, sorry. So let's see here. I'll get my sketch pencil in. Kind of like bust in the general guideline for this. We're getting a couple first-time chatters in here. That's great. If you're first-time chatter in here and you're not someone from my Discord community, let me know. Because I'm curious. Like most of the people who show up in here tend to be people who have been like who were already members of my Discord community before they popped in here. So I'm curious if we're having like random. I'm curious if we have random people showing up now, just to study with us, or if there are people that are showing up because they saw the Discord live notification. See, maybe I should make the legs a little longer there, because I'm doing the. I got a little tripped up there about what I'm doing. But I do have to decide where the knee is, so maybe like that. Something like this, I guess. And then let me rub that down. And now I will try to carve in on both sides that little lovely shape, taking from the corner of the iliac crest with that tilted forward pelvis. Then we'll do, instead of like cumbersome muscle groups, we will just grab this and do this simplified shape right over here. And then we'll grab this and do this simplified shape right over here. Think in very simple terms. And we'll imitate that. We'll do like something like this, but aimed a little bit differently because this thigh over here is at a bit of a different angle. Man, it's like a magic trick when you see gestures starting to work like this to simplify stuff. And then, of course, the next step is to create this kind of shape here. This shape is going to be imitating the sartorius and the the sartorius and the tensor fascia lata right here. This kind of thing right here. It's going to be a little more apparent here, so we'll do that. Looks like this. And it's a little bit marker separator for the adductors too. And then the next step is to come inward, and then we'll look at where the angle of where the quads are pointed right here. I'm kind of using like the front of the knee a bit to find it. So maybe like clarify this, darken this in so the lines that we're choosing are a little clearer. This is getting a little confused over in this corner here, so I'm going to rub that down. Maybe define these a little clearer here. There, that makes for a little bit better design, I think. Still, no, I'm not really liking it. A little bit better. All right, so other side. Maybe rub this down a bit so I can push this out a bit, and then so this is going to be aimed like more in the middle than the other one is, like so. You found me through a Twitch recommendation? That's cool. If you want to join my Discord, by the way, here. Anyone who's not in my Discord community, there's the link. But we are an art study group server. We've been active on Discord for a while. Last week I started doing Twitch streams as a way to kind of like hold myself accountable to get a certain amount of study and figure drawing in each night. You can pop in there and hang with some of the people that are also watching the stream or doing their own thing right now. Let's see. Okay, and the last step is to create this. This is like the heads of the quads, essentially. There. Like this is a very simple shape right here. I'm kind of getting a little confused here. Yeah, and there's the basic function of that. And that simplification, that study. What does he say to do when you have these? we're doing a very kind of, we're very like much sticking to the plan here instead of adding like a lot of dimensionality to it though. So maybe I should do that. Now that I kind of have like this roadmap, maybe I can do this. Here, let me grab this, reduce opacity. Now go back over. Try to get something that feels a little bit more visceral. Now that we have like this roadmap established, and do a little something that's a little bit more on the nose, like that. Extrude out like a little bit more of like the cube shape of the knee joint. Maybe just like include a little bit of the calf. Or no. That. I'll hold off on that for now. I'm not feeling the rhythm for that at the moment. And then let's see here. Make it more evident that this is something that is pulling into the body and converging down here. Exaggerate the bump on there to make it stick out. That makes it a little bit more fun looking, like that. We want fun in our studies because that's part of the stylization and memorization process, especially for simplified anatomy. These are both hooking in there. So this is the tension fascia lata. It's just going down here on the side. We'll make the quadricep bulge out in front of it a bit because it's actually that's actually like what's happening there too, a little bit. Although I think that's this bulges out a little bit in front of it a little bit further up. We'll do what we can though. Not gonna be, yeah, this is a little bit wide out there, I'd say, but yeah. We could probably tuck it in a bit if we wanted. And then he's got like those 3 muscle groups in here, so we just boom, boom, boom. Create just some gaps in there. Like there's a gap, there's a gap, there's a gap. So that creates those 3 muscles there, basically. I can add some more defined heads to those muscles, curling over the form a bit. Yeah, so if you are drawing along, I'd love to see your study notes. In my Discord, there's a section called Daily Drills, which you can post what you've done in here. And there, you can also just post any kind of warm-up drawings or study drawings you've done for drills in the day in here. This is what I did yesterday. I did most of this yesterday on stream, actually. So this is like a lot. These kind of I enjoy doing these, but like the tool I was using lends itself to for being like me being real stringy with my sketching. So I wanted to try a different brush. But yeah, these were from yesterday. And some more. I've also been doing like traditional sketchbook stuff, which I haven't been posting, which are some additional studies that I did and stuff. This is fun because I animated this for 2 frames like that. And this is like the initial warm up drawings that I did. All right, so yeah. Oh, this is already looking. This is looking way more fun. If I start like getting used to drawing in this kind of system, it's really going to kind of help me memorize and also like make the drawings like appealing to look at. You know, if I start getting more into drawing like this. For sure. I should definitely read the Matisse books some more. I have the original Force book and the anatomy. Now I have a replacement copy of the anatomy one. Cool. So we got a nice little study in here. I'm gonna play with some of this more afterwards in my Discord, but let's do the other thing that I was gonna be doing today. But let's see here. Who amongst you, has been drawing along with us here? I'm curious. I think the angle of this knee is a little bit off here. Oops. Do I have this flipped at the wrong side? I think I might, but yeah, there. Yeah, that gets significantly more towards the middle here, like that. Yeah, the faces, the knees are looking a little better now. Very cool. So tomorrow night we don't stream in Discord. There's another place. There's we don't stream on Twitch on Friday, but there's going to be another session of basically this in another server that I am in. It's this one right here, the Ethan Becker server, who's an art YouTuber, cool dude. And actually just talked to him today. We gave you some tips on some things. But yeah, I'm a moderator in there, and if you check this out, there's the section called class announcements right here. I teach classes in his I teach classes in this Discord. And there's like you can pick roles here for like different class instructors. I'm currently the only instructor who's doing stuff because he's been kind of busy lately, too busy to do YouTube stuff. So I do, but every Friday I do a figure drawing session. We do basically what we done here, but what we do in here, but I do it just in Discord. So you can talk with me freely in Discord as opposed to in here. It's a little bit more loose and fun. But yeah, so Monday through Thursday is when I do these streams. I'm going to be doing them again next week. Basically, like every night, Monday through Thursday, 5:30 p.m. And I may occasionally start doing some weekend surprise streams. I might try that this weekend if I'm feeling up for it. We're not going off air yet, by the way. There's something else I want to go over real quick, which I'm going to be doing some stuff off camera after the stream ends for. And that is one of my new study goals is to study contemporary shows. So we're going to make a little list here. We're going to maybe like assemble a study pure ref. Well, first off, here, I'll give you guys this right here. So I'm going to put that over in. I sadly didn't screenshot any of these, so you'll have to look up Mike Matisse's Force Anatomy and maybe find a copy, buy a copy if you can. Let's see here. Anatomy reference. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so over in the stream text chat right here. I've got a puref file right here, and in order to read that file, you need puref, which is this right here. This app right here. It's a free app. You can just like when you download it, just hit $0 at checkout, and then unless you do want to give them a tip, but it's a really good app for like creating mood boards of dragging and dropping images and stuff for art. Let's see. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create a fresh mood board. So I'm going to new scene, and I'm going to save this here. I'm going to put this into my Arbus folder. Arbus is the Russian name for watermelon. I've got some Russian animator friends that work in the anime industry, and they do stuff for like Riot Games and Russian TV shows, anime productions, and various random productions and stuff. This is the Arbus folder is where I put my art grind stuff because I've been like getting help from them on my study grind stuff. So this is going to be Arbus Statize. I'm going to put that there. Arbus Statize. Okay. So this is my Arbus Setai workout sheet, my first workout sheet that I'm going to make for this. Let's look up different animation studios that I want to study from. Studio Mir is a big one, mostly because Ethan has done work for them, and he's someone I can talk to if I'm doing studies from shit. So let's see here. It's just like I'm not gonna worry too much about getting the actual stuff to study from. What I'm going to do is I'm going to like create this little kind of here's the examples of some of the productions that they've done to keep in mind for me to keep in mind for when I'm gathering my reference later. So like this, and this. Yeah, they did Kipo years ago. I'm gonna throw that in there. And then Superman. Let's see. There was some stuff they did for Star Wars Visions. Grab that. And of course, Avatar, which I still need to see, and then half of my industry friends who I deeply admire have worked on and done animation for that. It's really wild. Let's see here. I'll grab their logo too. Just throw that in there. And I'm just gonna start grabbing like fun, cool stuff. Like, grab that. If this is a model sheet, I think this is a model sheet, so I'll just grab that. I'm gonna make this like more organized as I go through it, and like, this is from one of their Dota shows. This is from that Witcher show they did. There's a few different. Oh, they also did this apparently. Mir also did Voltron. Something from the Superman show. I think that's concept art from it. That one Studio Mir expression it said there. That's fan. I think that's a fan study. Let's see. It's more stuff from the Dota show. This is whoa. I think that's by a Mir artist. Possibly. Yeah, that's from their official page here. Yeah, so I'll grab that and I'll share their Insta for you folks. Yeah, I don't think I want to overcomplicate things. I think starting with Studio Mirror would be good. Studio Mirror, actually, and another thing that I was already studying, which let's go on Sakagaburo here. So, oh, hang on. Let's see here. This is the work of one of my friends who's this one's a German animator who's been helping me with some stuff, and he did direct me to some things by some of the people he worked with on some of these productions to study. I'll show you some of his work, but I just want to like, 'cause I already know like the other people he told me to study. He told me it's okay for me to study his work too, so I can grab his stuff to study. Yeah, this is some of the sequences that he's done. This is something he did for Gachi Yakuda. So good. Because he did all this, but he also like there was like a lot of notes and revisions that he got when he did it from there are other folks. It's so good. He did such a good job. This is a shot from Jujutsu Kaisen that he did. More JJK. Yeah, these are my tiers that I'm trying to play catch up to, basically. That's why I'm doing the studying and grinding. This is what I want to do. It's the completed shot. Yeah, some of these are him and some other people too. Yeah, this one's completely by him. Yeah, I really love what he did on this. Also, like when he's landing here, like the car here when it vanishes. This is another thing by him for Fate Strange. There's also like a bunch of One Piece stuff that he did. I've been studying like some of the One Piece stuff for like a tracing study. So the way I'll be studying this stuff is I'll be doing a combination of tracing studies and copy studies. Both of like frames and of the characters and stuff. I'll be studying like the same thing with like this. Also, there's on Sakagabura right now. There's a lot of Avatar. Let's see if I can search by the series. Avatar: The Last Airbender. Maybe that'll do it. Hopefully that's not for the just for the yeah. This is just for the TV shows. What is the name of the new Avatar movie? The new Avatar Airbender. What is it actually called? Avatar Aang: The Last Airbender. Hmm. Let's try this. Avatar Aang Sakugaburo. Because like there's been a lot of rough animation that the people who've worked on it have been posting. Here it is. Yeah, I couldn't find for some reason I wasn't posting it there, but yeah, this is it. Okay, so this is more stuff to study for sure. This is like the Studio Mirror. Uh, Studio Mirror's latest greatest work. There's going to be a lot of shots in here that friends of mine probably worked on too. Let's see here. That's really. Oh, I love that. I still haven't seen this, so I'm probably getting like a lot of spoilers seeing looking at this. This is rock solid drawing, like drawing right here that it's really cool to look at. It's a really nice head close up. Oh, come on. That's really nice. Very, very, very nicely executed character acting here. Um, Dang, that is sweet. I love that. Nice. Damn. I'm gonna enjoy the hell out of watching this later. Probably should watch this tonight. Watch it, nerd out over it, enjoy it, and then do like crazy amounts of studies from it. There we go. Some perspective grids there. That's very creative. Shows like each of the characters that he just cloned in his eyes like a slot machine. Giant kaiju sized creature. It's all lumbering. Very nice feeling of scale and weight to it. Oh, there we go. There's some anatomy there. There's some anatomy. Uh, I mean, most of the characters. Aang is probably gonna go shirtless for a lot of scenes, but he probably have his thighs covered up. So if we wanted to study thigh anatomy, most of it's gonna be covered up in this. It's not to say I can't study other anatomy. Oh, there's some animals. Some little bit of animal action there. That's cool. How many pages is this? Dang. I think that a lot of the stuff is like from the teasers that they uploaded, and then somewhere around here you start seeing roughs from the animators that they got permission to show their work. Oh yeah, like this one. This one, I think this is storyboards right here. This is an animation. Still, we're studying from, but those are storyboards. Here's a model sheet. Yeah, I'm gonna yoink that here. Whoops. There we go, model sheet. Nice. Yeah, like literally just study the model sheets extensively, do tracings over them, like learn them like the back of your hand and stuff when you get stuff like this. Um, these are really nice. I'll grab these. These don't. I think these are models also. Yeah, I think these are models. Yes. What's this? Oh, that's the storyboard. It's lovely face drawing stuff. These are all tie downs. I'm hoping that I want to see if there's like any like super rough stuff. Not that you can't still get like a ton out of studying like Genghis and tie downs. And there's some amazing anatomy on this shot right here on the sequence. Very solid, very chunky anatomy, very kind of like Street Fighter-y. Street Fighter Alpha E kind of. Damn, the sequence is so nice. This is kind of like I think there's like a montage of like rough stuff. Maybe this was an actual montage that happened in the story of the film at this point, but or this might be just like a collection of different shots that an animator uploaded that they worked on, edited together. Or it might be from a teaser sequence or like a mirror showing off the rough compilation of rough animation. Yeah, the quality on this isn't the best, but there's a lot of the actual movement is pretty rad. Here, check this out. Like, look at the reference image right there that he's using for like a 3D model that they spun around. Very dazzling. Just watch this one. No. Very nice hands. Hey. Here's something that's a little bit more kind of closer to how like early past roughs look. Right there. Same with this. This looks a little closer to early past rough kind of stuff. Like I want to find stuff like this because it's kind of like helps me like realize like how the animators handle things early on a little better. And they're using a version of simplified anatomy approach for drawing this. So I want to keep like that kind of stuff in mind. Oops, wrong thing. Yeah, there's a lot of gold to go through here. I'm gonna go through more of this later, for sure. This looks like it was a for fun promo thing. That was probably made. Anyone know where this was put up? Wherever it was put up? And even this is good to study from. Yeah, this guy worked on Rise of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's cool. Did the lettuce guy or the cabbages guy? No, it's not the cabbages guy. It's the foamy at the mouth guy. That's what this guy is. He's got a kid now. I joke on how Aang would never survive being a supervisor. Yeah. So this is by the guy who did that. Oh, that's really nice. It's not easy writing technical guides for a living. Yeah. Even no one follows my damn pipeline documentation. Yeah. Good shit. Okay, so it's been 2 hours and 40 minutes. We should probably call it a night pretty soon. I'm gonna run one more ad real quick on the way out here. So thank y'all for coming. We'll be doing this again next Monday, but I might do like a surprise stream over the weekend on Saturday or Sunday. Um, but yeah, Monday 5:30 p.m. Pacific time for more studying like this. We'll do like time post figure drawing followed by like anatomy, character drawing, whatever I'm currently studying is basically what we're going to be doing in here, and you can follow along and study with me. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. And also like we're doing if you want to join the Discord only figure drawing thing, you go to in my server in the friend Discord section right here under networking, right there. Scroll up to the top here. there's the Ethan Becker server right here that you can join, and that's where I do my Friday night stream over in here. So I'll be doing that tomorrow night, 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. It'll be a Discord only stream, not on Twitch. And that's what I do every Friday. So here's a join link to my Discord. There. And I'll see you guys whenever. Thank you all so much for coming. If you like what I'm doing, I'm going to be doing this every week to get good. Like this is my evening stream to hold myself accountable to getting in practice and study and stuff every day. And because I'm trying to, I want to do this for a living. I've worked in the animation industry for about 10 years, but I mostly worked on like very kind of cartoony Western shows, and I'm trying to learn how to do this pretty much and piece together whatever I need to do to make being able to do this happen. So you'll be coming along for my journey of grinding for that if you're in here. So I'll see you. I'm going to run an ad real quick on the way out, then we'll call it night. Oh, actually, I might raid someone. Let's raid someone. So that's it's a little disconcerting. Let's get rid of that.
I hear you. What's making you
Alexa,
feel
stop.
that?
Alexa, stop. Why did she ask that? Okay, let's see. Go by viewers high to low. Let's find someone who's kind of doing something that I dig. Just someone random or someone that I followed previously. Let's see here. I'm gonna look for someone that just kind of pops for me. Awful lot of furries. That's cool. Let's see. Going down. I'm gonna maybe raid someone who's got like a small viewership. Let's see. I'm gonna kind of go through here. So yeah, stay in the channel. We're gonna raid someone on the way out here. I just don't know who yet. Yeah, some very small viewership channels. Let's look for someone who's like looks like they're kind of really popping with their stuff. I'm gonna go down here until I get someone that grabs me. Ideally an animator, if they're doing animation. This looks like it might be animation. Maybe. I'll take a look at that. What's this knock? Ask to join the stream. Okay, that's what that is. Let's see. Any other animators? Is that well, someone animated an emoji. There's some Blender stuff someone's doing. That's cool. Looking for timelines. Oh, there I am. That. Get up in here, and I'm about to make someone's stream audience like briefly double. Oh no. All right, let's see. Damn. Not a lot of. I'm looking for timelines to try to find like animators who are doing some animation stuff. Not a lot of them. And do see some interesting shapes here that I kind of. Yeah, I like this. I'm gonna follow them, and I'll just raid them. This is the first time I've seen this person stream, so we'll do a raid of them. There we go. All right. So there you go. We are now rating. Cool. There we go. Yeah, everyone's they have 9 viewers ready to raid pumpkin. Yeah, if you're click the join to join the raid. Click to join the raid. You got like a few seconds for a minute. Click to join the raid. Actually, I think it's just gonna I'll let it count down. But yeah, we're gonna raid someone on our way out here. Good shit. Good shit. It autos me to join into the raid. Yeah, okay. And then I will end my stream after the raid starts. It's gonna be a few seconds. About 10 seconds, I think. This is the first raid I've done in years because I haven't been streaming in years until like this last couple weeks. All right, 5 seconds.